Hey, Jesse, welcome to the Extreme Agents VIP coaching call for today. How are you today?
I'm doing great, buddy, and I'm excited that we're doing this in a different format, doing it live on the interwebs.
Absolutamente. It's exciting stuff. Well, what are we going to talk about today, bro?
Well, we're gonna geek out a little bit, you guys. We're gonna look at some
Love it.
data, and before you like, oh, data, the data is very, very critical. It's going to tell us some important, lessons and some takeaways that we can use in our business, help our clients with. So the data, the numbers don't lie, right?
Absolutely. You have to know what's going on in the market, and there's data sets that will tell us exactly what's happening in any individual market. So as a real estate agent, I've found that it's very important to be up to date with the real information, the numbers.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump to Steve's screen here in a second. So the reason why is because a lot of agents, and I found this as a former real estate appraiser, I used to dig into the data because I had to help, lenders out. And I found that a lot of agents don't dig into any data. They just kind of like look at the headlines. What does the broker say? What is, they're just kind of winging it a lot of times with the data and what the market's telling us. So we're going to show you a free tool right now that you have access to, part of the MLS. So if you're paying for the MLS and you're a licensed agent, you have access to this, and it's going to help you with your knowledge and your skill set, but it's also going to help your clients have a better understanding of what's going on in the market. So Steve, why don't we jump into the tool and we'll explain it as we go here.
All right, that sounds great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. So this information is, or this screen comes directly from the MLS. So this is our, I don't know if everybody across the country and every area has the exact same tools, but this is for anybody in the Chicagoland market, Northern Illinois. We have this on our MLS. So if you go down to tools and resources, you're going to see all these different tools and resources that we have, and most of them are free. Some you have to pay for, and just like an app, some are free, some you have to pay for certain things. InfoSparks is free. So you click on InfoSparks, and there's ways to get all these numbers by running market reports through the MLS. But I've just found that this is a very, 50,000 foot view, reliable, up to date, and user friendly, as well as client friendly, where you can print these graphs and statistics out, and they make sense to the average person as to what's going on in the market. So up here on the left in InfoSparks, you can pick any area. You can pick the entire Chicagoland area based on the MLS, the entire MLS area. We're going to go ahead and put in Naperville because that's where our office is located.
So you can kind of drill down to a very niche market, like a very specific city, or you can kind of see what's the trend going on overall, it sounds like.
Absolutely. So not only can you go area to area, but you can also see what the trends are for all different types of price ranges, property classes, property types. So, like if you want to look for just townhomes or attached single family townhomes and condos, just detached single family, new construction, size of home, anything and everything. And we're just going to look at the general big picture here. So we're going to go to Naperville, which is a very large area. There's, almost 200,000 people in Naperville, and a lot of homes that sell there every year. So we're going to look at all the price ranges and all the sales that have happened in Naperville. And what this does, don't get too overwhelmed with all the different data sets. The one that's set up already, and I believe it's already set like this for everybody, it goes 3 years back. You can change that to just 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. I like to look at 3 years because that's pretty recent and relevant, especially in right now in today's market, because things are changing so quickly. So this gives you 3 years of data. And what it does here is it gives you a rolling 12 months. So each one of these data sets are 12 months. So if you're looking at this Naperville Township and it says plus 12%, and what this is right here is this is the average sale price. Let me look here, make sure
all property classes, right, all property types, All construction types, all seller types. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, let me see something here. I thought it was higher than that. Naperville. Okay. Naperville. All right. Regardless. So if we take if we take the basic information here, the average, so what this is saying, the average median home sales price in Naperville over in April compared to last April is up 12%. Okay. And that price is $339,000. And that's up 12% from last April, 2021 to 2022. And you can see that here. It's really cool because it gives you April 2022, Naperville, 339,000. And then you go back here to April of 2021 and it was 302. So that's a 12% increase in the value of the average median home price in Naperville.
So that's a pretty important piece of information to share with someone that you're talking to, right?
Absolutely. And really what this is, you could use this for buyers or sellers. If you've got a buyer in the market right now and they're concerned about, we can't predict the market, but we can look back and predict. We can get a pretty good idea based on what's happening and what has happened in the recent past. And you can see we're clearly on an uptrend for sales prices. They keep going up and look back here in April of 2019, the average median home price was 268,000. So that's a huge jump. All right. So what is that? What's going on in the market? So you can also go here to the bottom. This is really cool. And as far as homes that are listed for sale, what's the average market time? How long are they on the market? What's the difference? From April 2000, in the last 12 months, the average time on the market has gone down 50%. So
faster.
It's crazy to look at these. So April 2021, average days on the market for a home listed in Naperville was 55 days on the market. In April 2022 was 26 days. That's crazy.
So if I'm having a conversation with the buyer, I'm going to say, hey, we got to move fast on properties.
Right.
If I'm having a conversation with a seller, I'd probably say, hey, people are buying homes. Like if you list it, we're going to get it sold.
This is a great time to sell. Absolutely. And also look at it this way. If you list a home in Naperville and they're just really, they have motivation, they have to move in the next 60 days and they're unrealistic on their listing price. You can show them, you can say, well, your home's been on the market now for 60 days. The average is about 26 days. So you've had, one offer and the price was, X amount below where you listed, if you're well above the average time on the market. So we really should probably look at a price adjustment to get your home sold in a reasonable amount of time.
And a great way to ask that so that they actually tell you, and Steve and I have coached people and we've been coached on this, is to ask them, what do you think the market data is showing us? What do you think the market is telling us if no one's bought your home?
This is what the market's telling us. You can see, and based on what the market says, what do you believe, what do you feel we should do? All right. So month supply, this is if no new homes came on the market,
when will we
right now in Naperville as of April, which we know they did, but it would be less than 1 month of supply for homes for sale. That's crazy. I mean, even a year ago, it was 1.5. It was almost 2 months. So it's down 52%. That's insane.
So you're telling me homes are moving? Homes
are moving. Now, what are some of the reasons homes are selling so quickly and for such a high price? Look at the homes for sale. This is a big one here. So in 2019, in April, there were 430 homes for sale in Naperville Township. And 3 years later, right now, there's 181. So just from last year, it's a 34% drop in April, the number of homes that were for sale. So obviously, there's less inventory, less homes for the buyers to choose from, which causes prices to go up. And it causes prices to go up and it causes homes to sell quicker because there's just less to choose from. How many new listings? Now this one's a little bit different. So you can see these are new listings that have come on the market. So we saw an increase and new listings that came on the market. What was this? In July of 2021. And that slowly started to drop off, and it's dropped all the way down to where it was not too far off from where it was last year. So between, let's see, between May of 2020 and March of 2021, the new listings averaged somewhere around 2,500.
So if I'm having a conversation with someone, okay,
Mhm.
20.
Go ahead.
If I'm having a conversation with someone, Steve, should I be advising them? I'm an advisor, a real estate advisor. Should I be advising them, hey, you want to list your house when there's tons of homes on the market or when there's not a lot of competition?
Sure. So I mean, we can see this graph, and obviously we can't predict, but we know that this is probably another low point for number of homes listed. So you're going to have a lot less competition if you're a seller. It's probably a great time to list, obviously, for so many different reasons we just talked about. So how many of these properties are actually going under contract and closing? We can look at both of those. We'll just look at closed. So let's go back to April of 2020. There was 1,600 closings in April 2020. April of 2022, there were 2,195. So it's about a 20% increase from there, but it's about a 10% increase from last April. So we're seeing a lot more homes closed, less on the market, prices are higher, more closings are happening. So what does this tell us, Jesse, about agent mindset? As far as, we hear a lot of agents. What are the agents out there saying right now?
Yeah. So a lot of agents are they're giving you different feedback. A lot of them are just looking to headlines. They're just getting caught up in the emotion of it, or maybe they didn't have a closing. So they're extra emotional about what's going on instead of stopping and doing what we're doing right now and looking at the data. Clearly this data right here shows you should have an abundance mindset. There's deals. There's deals going on.
Right. And if I hear agents say, there's just not as many deals there's not as much activity right now. It's really hard. It's, the market's slowing down. Based on this, yes, the market might be trending down as far as the number of closings. We're going to see May's numbers here in a few weeks. But as far as this goes, this is the most closings that we've had, June of 2021 until now, April 2022. Every single month has been a record high number of closings. And I'm sure if you go back 10 years, look, we can see that it's at a record high. So if you're a real estate agent, this is the best time ever to be in the market as a real estate agent and a seller, arguably. Now this seems to be trending. So if you're not doing more business right now, make some adjustments to your business plan. Make some adjustments to the number of people you're talking to every day, because the business is out there. You just have to find it. And if you're not getting the business, you have to make adjustments and find the business in a different place, a different type of lead.
Yeah. So, number one would be have an abundance mindset. Number two, exactly what Steve said, increase your sales activities, increase your prospecting, increase the amount of conversations you have, increase the marketing that you do. A lot of people will withdraw and stop their marketing and slow down when things slow down. That's not the time to do that. In fact, you should do the opposite. You should be increasing. That's the time that, you see people come in and dominate an entire market, is because they didn't let their foot off the gas. They kept getting in front of people. So the ones that were looking to buy or sell, they're like, oh, I see that person's name everywhere, because they didn't stop. They increased.
Absolutely. Jesse, one of the things I wanted to point out is it's really cool because you can go in here then and you can print or share these statistics. So I've gone on listing appointments before or buyer presentation, and I'll print out one or two of the most relevant statistics that I know are going to affect them, and I'll print those out and I'll just show them this graph, and it's very powerful because it's very easy to read. It shows you the percentage, the number, the month, everything. So this is really powerful data, and I'm going to stop sharing so we can go back to you.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're thinking hey, I don't know if, sorry, my slides are not showing here correctly. If you're thinking like, hey, I don't know what I should be doing right now. What should I be spending my time on? You should be, number one, spend your time avoiding the headlines, avoiding the news, avoiding what everybody's little opinions are, and actually look at the data. You know, if you're going to share something with people, share something that's factual, not just emotion driven because you didn't get a commission check or because you read a headline. So here, let's share. Let me share. So one of the things you can do is you can even go to like Keeping Current Matters and just just brush up on your knowledge of what's going on at a high level in the marketplace. Home prices are still appreciating. You know, mortgage rates are projected to rise. Okay, that's good information to share with somebody, right? Hey, you want to take action now. Home sales are projected to continue to be strong. Everybody says that. NAR, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and everybody's saying homes are still going to keep selling. People are still going to be moving.
And these are, these statistics that Keeping Current Matters uses are from industry leaders. These are not just opinions, of anybody. Most of their predictions over the last, 10, 15 years, however long they've been in business, I followed them for many, many years, have been very, very accurate. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So this is another resource that you can easily access as a realtor.
Yeah, you don't need to pay for it. You can just kind of go in and show people. People like to see data. They like to see, the support of where did you get this from? I got this from NAR. Okay, homes are selling faster. Hey, what does 1% increase or a 1/4% increase in rates do? This is all data to help make you look like the professional that you are, and it helps people make better decisions.
Right, and if you're saying to yourself, well, I've got sellers that see that the home prices are going up. They know it's a seller's market. They don't want to budge on their price. But I know that the property is overpriced. You can show them those mortgage statistics and explain to them what the mortgage increase, the increase in rates does to purchasing power. And what that does, if you have a certain, if you've got a higher end property or more, on the higher end of the spectrum, like an $800,000 or $1 million property here in Illinois, and rates increase 1%, that might eliminate 50% of the buyers that right now are in the market able to buy at this rate. So the higher the rates go up, the less people are able to afford the properties. So it all is based on motivation. Are they motivated to sell now, or do they have the ability to wait and gamble? And if they do gamble, it really is a gamble. I mean, we know that prices and everything is at an all-time high, including, rates were at an all-time low, and now they're going up. They've doubled in the last, several months. So if those keep, those are going to switch or change eventually. So now is the perfect time to sell, and it's a great time to buy as well.
Everybody makes decisions too based on emotion, and then they try to justify it with logic, right? So the data is actually helping your clients and you make better decisions. So people are, like Steve said, motivation is number one. That's their emotional drive of why they do it. But this data that we're helping you kind of figure out is to arm you to make better decisions and let them justify their decisions based on logic, like actual facts, right? You don't have to, get all blown out of proportion from some little thing. Well, oh, we only got X amount of, people to the open house. Well, let's look at the data. You can make adjustments. You can stop guessing. You can help them discuss the price better, right? You can be more strategic. So use the data to your advantage to be a better agent and be a better professional and advise your clients. So that kind of leads me to number 5 here, which is really work on your skills, Steve. What do we do every single week? We're talking about skill building, right?
Yeah, we do script role play sessions and work on our skills that way. We work on our mindset during our coaching calls and our meetings, and we look at our business plan. We look what's working and what isn't working, and we keep accountable to other people in the group.
So regardless of what the market does, who cares? I could ignore the headlines for the next 12 months. I know if I'm working on my skills, I'm going to be at the top of above my competition, right? I'm going to be.
And I know from experience that one of the greatest opportunities with market conditions is if we're in a fall, if the market starts to go the other direction a little bit and it slows down, you're going to see a lot more canceled and expired listings. And that's a great opportunity. And you're also going to see a lot of for sale by owners that aren't selling. So all three of those are three of the very, very top lead sources that you can learn a skill to be able to get those listings at a high level.
Yeah. And if you want to know more about what we're talking about, like reach out to Steve, learn about joining Extreme Agents, EXP, and even if you're local, the Merit Group. So reach out if you want to improve. You want to be one of those people that's not left behind, and you don't want to be sitting on the sidelines wondering why you don't have any deals. Learn the skills, learn what to do and what to say and how to read the data and interpret it and bring meaning to it for your clients. Because everybody has access to the data, right? Even consumers can go on Zillow kind of and get a general idea of what's going on with the data, but you're going to be that expert because you have the skills to bring the insight to it.
Absolutely.
All right. So if you have questions, leave your questions below, leave a comment, message us. We're going to read them. We're going to respond to them. We want to be a help to
Yeah.
anybody.
If you have questions on how to look up that data or dig into a little bit deeper, let us know. I'd be happy to help.
Yeah. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, if you want to leave a like, leave a subscription, follow us. We're definitely here to help you guys and improve your skills so that you can use this data and this knowledge as power to build your business.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Thanks.